Yeah, so as you can see, the teams are ready. St. Catherine, they're walking in with authority, looking straight into the camera, say they mean business. And of course, they come up against St. Andrew Technical High School, who are as well ready and raring to go, looking to get back that spot in the final that they got in 2019. And they can hope that they get over the line this time. Good afternoon to all of our viewers on SportsMax, CEEN TV, and on CVM here in Jamaica. My name is Gerard Morris Seeley, and with me is the beautiful Christine Charles.
Hi, Gerard.
Hi, Christine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
And good afternoon to our viewers. And now today is going to be an exciting match day between St. Catherine High and St. Andrew Technical. Now, in 1987, St. Andrew Technical, they won the Manning Cup, and in 2019, they made it all the way to the finals, but then they lost against Jamaica College. So if it is that they can manage to win today's match, that will give them a good start to propel them into the semi-finals.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, they come up against St. Catherine High. St. Catherine High is a team who finished best third, one of the best thirds in the competition, and they'll be hoping that they can actually get a good start to this quarter-final stage. They have more than one game to play at this stage, and they will hope that they can capitalize on every single chance that they get. Yeah. So, Christine, we have a little treat for our viewers.
Exciting.
We are going to give you the top 5 goals of round 1, which concluded last week.
St. George's team has been disappointing, and certainly the 2 goals have knocked some wind out, a lot of wind out of their sails.
But here's a chance here. He's cracked that! Oh, what a hit! That is a brilliant reply by Kingston High. They did give him the space to crack it, and didn't he do so well? Parkinson with the blinder, and Kingston High back in it.
To make the transition.
Well, he has one Premier League title under his belt already, so what a start he's had. He plays with Cavalier. The ball played inside. That's a lovely goal. Oh, that's brilliant. From Jamaica College. And Pennycook, who has been a nuisance all afternoon for St. George's College so far. Well, he's got the goal, and it's a really good one. His first this season. And the Jamaica College on easy street with a 2-0 lead.
Bill Watson with the final header there. Walters has possession. Oh, McCray with a super turn and a lovely goal. Oh, that's beautiful. And Camperdown are right back in this one. The deficit is now just 1 goal. Oh, that might have been the best of them.
Shaw on it. Finding Ziminese. Ziminese! That was a rocket. It really was a rocket. And poor Don J. Jackson at the mercy of the power of one Tariq Ziminese. And that's 6. Well, that's long. That's difficult. Keshawn's wisdom, the man of the match, has surely sealed it.
Well, those were the top 5 goals of the Manning Cup round 1. And of course, I must say, Christine, that I am not surprised that we saw number 1 being Keshawn Wisdom, the Kingston High captain. What a goal that was right at this very venue, from midfield, kicking the ball to give Kingston High that 1-0 advantage, that win actually over Calabar High School.
Wow, that was really exciting, and it just shows the level of skill that we've been seeing throughout the first round. But I'm interested in hearing what our viewers at home have to say. Were these your top 5 goals? So head on over to Twitter and on Instagram and let us know what your top 5 goals of the season are. But in the meantime, we're going to be focusing on the next Digicel team feature on St. Catherine High.
wonderful feeling to know that the youngsters can showcase their talent again.
Well, the pandemic was a setback so far, but with management staff and supporters, we were able to put together a wonderful team of young men, and we were very happy coming into the season.
It's been hard on a lot of me and a lot of players because the Manning Cup, as we all know, is a huge platform for a lot of players to use to go overseas or colleges, etc. And to make local teams like Red Stripe Premier League teams. So without the Manning Cup, a lot of players have lost their opportunity to go on further in their career.
It's a very, very proud moment for myself since, as the only coach in St. Catherine to move from St. Bridgeport High School to St. Catherine High School and to win the Walker Cup twice, once at Bridgeport and once at St. Catherine High.
This is what it looks like when history has been made. Raise your cup, St. Catherine High. Champions of the Digicel Walker Cup 2019.
The goal for 2021 is to win the Manning Cup and other cups that are in our reach.
I won't say that we are looking forward. We have won the Walker Cup now, and we are looking forward to the Manning Cup. That's a big picture, so that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, so that was St. Catherine High School there, Christine.
Wow, and I know that St. Catherine High, they're going to feed into the win of the Walker Cup and hopefully come out on top for this season. Yeah. But now we're going to take a quick break, and then when we return, we'll be back with more live action.
so that is right. We have all of the La Liga action on SportsMax 2. If you are a football fan, make sure you don't miss it. Espanyol, they come up against Levante on Saturday. That game will be at 8 a.m., 9 a.m. ECT. And of course, we have more on SportsMax 2. Alaves, they'll be taking on Getafe. That game is at 10:15 a.m., 11:15 ECT. And of course, also the final game of the day, Athletic Bilbao, they'll be taking on Sevilla. That game, 3 p.m., 4 p.m. ECT. Yeah, so thank you so much for staying with us. We are back here on SportsMax with the quarterfinal game of Stats versus St. Catherine High here at Stadium East Christine, and I can't wait to see how things go today.
That's right. And I know so far for the season, this pitch has actually had a few games.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to see how the pitch stands up this afternoon.
Yeah, well, you know, as we said, this is the quarterfinal stage. So let's see how these teams made it to the quarterfinals. Of course, Stats, they would have finished second in Group B. They played 5 games, finished with 3 wins, 2 draws, scored 11 goals. Well, should I say their goal difference is 11, and they tied with Excelsior 11 points. Of course, Stats would have originally finished 3rd in the group, but 4th in the group rather, and because of Camperdown and Tivoli being disqualified from the tournament, they would have moved up to 2nd and claimed this quarterfinal spot. Yeah, so let's look at St. Catherine. They would have gone through as one of the best thirds in the tournament. Of course, Kingston College topped their group and they finished 3rd. They played 5 games, 1 loss, 1 draw, 3 wins, and they would have had a goal difference of 4 and finished with 10 points. So these are the quarterfinal fixtures for this weekend. St. Andrew Technical High, they'll be taking on St. Catherine High in a few moments. Jamaica College, I beg your pardon, the defending champions, they'll be taking on Mona High in our 2nd game of the doubleheader. And tomorrow at Excelsior High, they will be taking on Kingston Technical, and Kingston College will be playing Charlie Smith right here at Stadium East. So these teams would have played each other before. In 2019, they were in the same group of St. Andrew Technical, winning the first game 3-0 and then drawing 0-0 the next one. And of course, in 2017, they would have played to a 1-1 draw. That was a 2nd round game.
Now, here are some interesting facts on St. Andrew Technical. They were founded in 1961, so they're currently 60 years old. They wear their colors maroon, navy, and gold very proudly, I must say. Their current population is 1,200 students. They currently have 1 Manning Cup title, and their motto is honor, diligence, service. Now we had the opportunity to speak to Coach Williams, so let's hear what he had to say.
Coach, this is the first game of the quarterfinal stage. How are you and the entire team feeling?
Well, we are feeling happy to be here. Firstly, I mean, the route in which we took to be here is one that we didn't want to, but definitely we're happy to be in the final 8 and being able to showcase what we can do in front of televised audience.
Being the finalist in the last Manning Cup in 2019, what is it going to take for you to get back there this year?
I mean, this project is a new project. These boys are youngsters, all of them playing in their first Manning Cup, and I know what it is like to be at this stage. They don't. So they are going to take a lot of coaching right now, and in terms of what they can do, they are a very young team, and it takes a lot of concentration, and that is definitely something that we as coaches definitely have to coach them right through the 390 minutes that we have at this stage.
Have you made any changes coming into this game?
No, we have not from the last game.
All right, so any players do you think will make a particular impact on this game?
Well, we have a good crop of boys. Definitely Omar Ling is our leading goal scorer, followed by our captain Omar Reed. But they are supported by a very strong and together unit, which will provide them a good platform to do what they have to do up front.
Let's look at the digital player to watch for St. Andrew Technical High School. His name, his coach would have just mentioned it, Omar Lane, the 17-year-old, will be wearing the number 10 jersey, plays in the central midfield, and of course he has 8 goals so far in this season, 5 assists to accompany them, and from 7 games. This is his first season.
Now let's learn a little bit about St. Catherine High. They were founded in 1948. They're currently 73 years old. They wear their colors white and sky blue. Now they have a lot of students. Their population is 2,500 currently. They are yet to win a Manning Cup, and their motto is prayer and work, conquer all. Now we had the opportunity to speak to Coach Patrick. So let's hear what he had to say.
Coach, you're coming up against St. Andrew Technical High School, who were finalists last season. How confident are you going into this game today?
And we're going to have a very keen contest. You look at the last couple of seasons that we met, it was very, very close. So expect the same thing today, but I'm definitely looking to come out on top.
You know that you're yet to win your first Manning Cup title. Do you think this year could be the year for you?
St. Catherine is yet to win their first Manning Cup title. I've already won twice in the parish already, so definitely that it will be a great one if we can put the icing on the cake for the parish itself again and the school.
What do you know about the other team that you're playing against today?
No, I don't really know much. But we're coming to play, and hopefully we'll do our best and get the required result.
Well, what kind of football should we expect from the team today?
Well, I know that the two teams like to pass the ball and move the ball around, so definitely we're supposed to can treat the viewers.
Right, so any players in particular that we should look at?
Our midfield, we expect them to come up jumps today.
Right, so how early do you think you need to score in order to get a hold on St. Andrew Technical?
When you look at the last few games, the last 3 games again, what we played, we finished very, very strong. We need to start on the right footing. Once we start on the right footing, I think we're on the right.
Yeah, so this is the player to watch for St. Catherine High. His name is Joel Palmer. He's the captain. Will be wearing the number 15 jersey. 18 years old. Has 1 season under his belt. This is his second. And of course, he plays in the midfield, attacking midfielder he is. Has 1 goal so far. Well, should I say 1 legal goal. He scored 6 against St. Mary's College, but they were deemed null and void after they would have exited the competition. Yeah, so Christine, we have a great fixture coming up for our viewers. Of course, we have St. Catherine High, who are under the watchful eye of Anthony Patrick, who has 2 as a coach, 2 titles as a coach, and they are playing up against the St. Andrew Technical High, who has Philip Williams, and another notable coach who is watching them. So you'll see what happens.
Indeed. And I'm really urging our viewers, if it is that you want to catch this game live, head on over to SportsMax TV on YouTube, and also download the SportsMax app and watch the game live for free. Now we're going to take a quick break, and then when we return, we'll be hearing from our commentary team, Donald Oliver, Chris Taylor, and Javid Bryan.
establish protocols on COVID. What a week, what drama, what consequences, what redemption, and all this off the field of play. And with justice done publicly, all eyes are now back on the real stakeholders who take the field on this opening day of the quarterfinal round of the Manning Cup. First on offer, St Andrew Technical against St Catherine High. Pretty warm conditions here at Independence Park, specifically here at the National Stadium East Field, 31 degrees Celsius, and there's just a light breeze just to help with these conditions because it's humid at the moment. And as we wait for the teams to make their way onto the field, we can anticipate this matchup. 8 teams divided into 2 groups now rage for 4 semi-final spots. This fixture, which was never on the cards less than a week ago, is now the opening act for this frenzy. And so the Saints come marching in. St Andrew Technical is one of the most consistent teams under Philip Williams over the last 4 seasons, sandwiched by final appearances in 2017 and 2019. Was knocked down in the 2018 semis, and now thanks to a rebirth they have a chance to win just their second Manning Cup crown, having done so in 1987. For St Catherine, they are trying to be quite the force, led by a man who has seen it all and won it. The Walker Cup was second tier last season. Now the school goes for the big one, the symbol of corporate area schoolboy football supremacy. They are the light blues, but nothing light about the work that they want to do. And of course, St Andrew Technical, with that reprieve, hoping to go all the way. Wherever you're watching all over the world, thank you so much for joining our coverage here on the Home of Champions, on CVM Television in Jamaica, on CEEN Television over in the diaspora, and of course on CEEN.TV, as well as those watching on YouTube. Stefan Dua will be the man in charge of this one.
Change myself. This is what we do. Game face, game time.
I'm working with Chris Taylor and Javid Bryan as we look ahead to this fixture. Chris, what are your initial thoughts?
Nice fixture. 2 teams that, well, I would say St Andrew Technical have lost one unofficial match this season to Camperdown, who were removed, but certainly interesting as we see their starting lineup. Yep, James Palmer in goal. In front of him are Johnny Matthews, Richard Livingston, Xavier Gooden, Nicoy Gale, Nicoloid Notice, Dexter Melling, Delaney White, Andre Brown, Omar Leng, and Omar Reed. Of course, their skipper up front with 5 goals, Leng with 6 goals as well as 4 assists. And this is how they will line up. They'll be playing with a 4-2-3-1. Omar Reed, 5 goals since being moved to the striker's position. He wears the captain's armband, wearing the number 11. Look out for him. Certainly been potent since his move from the midfield role. And of course, Leng, Manning and Livingston behind him as well. A talented bunch. Audrey Brown coming in at that left back role, a more mature figure at that left back role for Philip Williams, and he should be a key man as well. St Catherine, they don't have many goal scorers in their starting lineup. Crucifixia Thompson, of course, in goal. In front of him, Antwain Mitchell, Nathal Ellis, Romain Walter, Swain Blake, Nikhil Ellis, Jackie Watson, Joel Palmer, Rolando Redmond, Ellis Guscott, and Takani Hall. They'll be playing with their usual 3-4-3 formation, look out for Watson coming in at the top of the line. They've really struggled with an official forward so far this season. They've used Richards and the likes of Davison at times, but Watson seems to be the key. And an unfortunate miss out for Jevin Parkinson, who was a bit ill in the last couple of rounds. In the number 7, he will sit on the bench.
Yep, a couple of changes that they would have made. St. Catherine High also missing a critical speedster in the squad, known for track and field. Well, he's gone to focus on matters of the track now with his schoolboy football season complete, and that's young Davidson. Stephen Doe is just about ready, and we're off here at the National Stadium East Field. St. Catherine in the light blue, of course. They'll be kicking towards downtown Kingston and to the Caribbean Sea. St. Andrew Technical in this first half will be kicking towards the Blue Mountain Range. Time to hear first thoughts from Javid Bryan. Your thoughts on this matchup? What are you expecting?
I'm hoping to see a lot of goals today. Two very good teams. Has some experience. St. Catherine have been to the Walker Cup finals, winning that one in 2019. So they have some experience as well. As stats been good so far.
Just saw Philip Williams, the head coach of the stats team.
2 finals for Philip Williams and a 3rd place finish as well in 3 years. So certainly a very talented organisation, St. Andrew Technical.
Omar Reed gets there trying to make his pass inside the area. Didn't have a lot of support in that time, and they would want to work on that as this game progresses. St. Andrew Technical.
I think of those glorious 3 years, likes of Jadine White, their skipper, Shamar Daly, Javon Johnson, genuine Pinnock at the back with Stephen McQueen and company. So all those players gone. So really good to see that the younger generation of St. Andrew Technical able to step up. And as you said, there's a famous saying that says sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And St. Andrew Technical certainly have been lucky to get into this quarter-final round based on the removal of Camperdown and Tivoli Gardens.
Yep, Takani Hall just being caught there on the follow-through from, I think it was Nick Lloyd Notice, who came crashing in and put him on notice. But he's going to get some attention now from the bench as Anthony Patrick just looking on, and he has seen it all before, hasn't he?
2-time winner, 2001, 2006 with Bridgeport. Anthony Patrick also went to the final in 2015 with Dintil. Didn't get over that hurdle, so he's done it in the urban area, he's done it in the rural area. Anthony Patrick, he's lifted a title, as Javid had said, with St. Catherine in the last season of the Walker Cup. Anthony Patrick, so he's quite skilled in the area of lifting trophies and being relevant. Hasn't quite been able to stamp his class so far in the league in the Manning Cup with St. Catherine, but this might be a year for them to cause trouble, in a year that you would have to say that the disparity between some of the big footballing schools and some of the other schools is not that great.
Neither have lifted the Manning Cup silverware before. Well, Stats have in 1987, pardon.
Here's St. Catherine coming forward and trying to make their way into the attacking third, and this could be a big opportunity, you know. Heads towards the byline, pulls it back, just managing to clear and put into touch. It was Ellis Gustcut going down that right hand side and trying to get that cross inside the area. Probably needed a little bit more power on it, and it was eventually cleared by St. Andrew Technical. Good word by Gustcut there, and decided to go closer to the byline to then cut it back.
St. Catherine leading goal scorer, their number 11.
Here they come again, St. Catherine. Ball punted inside the box. A chance for a header, and the keeper will mop up. Looking for an outlet in Omar Reed, trying to control that bouncing ball. It's nodded away by the St. Catherine defence. St. Technical, we're looking at a really new team here. Not one player has come from that 2019 season. But here they are launching another attack ball played inside, and the keeper asking for it. And the flag has gone up. This is the corner kick that's given. Yep, it did cross the line. And there was some hesitation there between Crucifixio Thompson and his defender there. And in the end, they do concede the corner kick. Well, the assistant referee said it did cross the line, and he had a better view. Here's the ball coming inside the area, and they'll have another corner kick.
Stats would want to get in front early in this one.
St. Technical, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players inside the box now. As the corner kick comes in, that's a good delivery, you know. And he just managed to hold on to it, Crucifixio Thompson. But I tell you what, that held up in the air for a bit. And the St. Catherine defense, I think they were at 6s and 7s there and trying to make that clearance, and luckily Thompson managed to hold on. So that Technical could be buoyed by that. Dexter Manning was trying to lay hold on that one. As we take a look at that once again, oh, that was a decent opportunity, you know.
Missed opportunity. That was Alex Xavier Gooden, who had a chance to head that on target, almost ducked underneath it, misjudged the flight of the delivery. Almost sounds like a cricketing term.
Well,
but certainly got it wrong and had a free header.
Even if he was in defense, he would have been disappointed with that one.
But yes, as you had mentioned, well, have we been saying right throughout, that a new generation here at St. Andrew Technical. No member playing in that under 19 team. That 2019 team.
It was still an under 19 team, but yes, that under 19 team in 2019. There's another injury to poor old Takani Hall, who's found the turf on a couple of occasions. And a sub is actually warming up, or going to warm up, as we take another look at the knock, yet another knock he has received. Yeah, I think there's actually going to be a change that's going to be made. Gillian Richards, right?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Who had been Richards, that is, been the preferred choice to Parkinson, to Davison in the last few games. And very unfortunate for Takwani Hall, who would have come into the lineup because of that sickness we mentioned to Jevin Parkinson, the number 7. And yet it isn't Parkinson who comes on, it's Richards, as you said. So
making his way close to the box. So this one is flighted inside the area, looking to find him. And there he is, trying to get control of the ball, but he was out-jumped on that occasion, and Stats, they're able to put it into touch.
It'll be interesting to see how the formation slightly changes, because Richards
was that his heel, his Achilles heel there was stepped on. Cried out immediately. That hurts, actually. That really does hurt.
Must be in some serious pain.
Let's hope he's alright. Brown trying to utilize his speed there, but couldn't quite get around Romain Walters on that occasion. Livingston back to Brown. Cross was charged down. Conditions are a little bit cooler.
Where did the sun go?
behind the dark clouds hovering. We're approaching the 10-minute mark, and haven't seen a lot of goalmouth activity from St. Catherine. But St. Andrew Technical, they have yet another corner. I believe it's their third of the game.
They got holes in them.
There's a delivery at the back post, and it's going to be another corner kick as Richard Livingston won his appeal there. Last came off a St. Catherine high defender.
They scored 17 goals while conceding 6. They may want to work on the defensive structure.
Here's a delivery again at the near post, but that wasn't a particularly good one. He'll try again, this time with his right foot, or back with his left. And St. Catherine at ease for the time being. They concede another corner kick though. They are under pressure, Stats. Or St. Catherine High, I should say. Here's the delivery. Still unable to clear. And they are having difficulty. Here's the shot that's over the top. That's a big chance, you know. It really is a big opportunity. And he could not quite find the target on that occasion, Omar Leng. St. Catherine had some difficulty to clear, and Leng was looking for his 7th goal on that occasion and just couldn't find the target.
Been very potent with the structure change. Scored 6 goals so far this season, leading goal scorer for the St. Andrew Technical team, along with his captain Omar Reid, who has 5. Reid has really flourished since being moved to the striking role. And here's Ling again.
Seems to be at ease with the ball. St. Catherine High looking to make a rear charge. Some good work by Nicole Gale back there.
Not unusual in terms of what we've seen from St. Catherine. First half action with them in most of the games that we've played, they have always looked to go to attack on the counter. And then in the second half, they seem to get a lot more numbers forward. So a slight tweak to what they do in the second half, if you've noticed, over the period of time.
Throw taken. And the defender goes down, and well, it could have been awkward there for St. Andrew Technical at the back. Now they try to launch another attack. Nice use of speed there, and then he ran some traffic. Nicoloid noticed now. With this young squad, which Philip Williams has command of, the expectations weren't too high at the start of the season. Said that this wasn't necessarily the route that he wanted to enter the quarterfinal round stage of the Manning Cup, but now that he's in it, could be spoilers, but you get the impression that they need this win here. Both teams really need this win here, this good start.
This is St. Catherine's first time to the quarterfinals since 2017. Could this be their year?
Well, he decided to go for the spectacular, Alex Xavier Good. That one was a little bit more practical from his partner. Here's Gooden again. Oh, he has some speed. But in the end, he was stopped by Antwain Mitchell, and Leng, or rather Reed, will need some attention.
Awkward fall for Reed, the captain. Has been asked to do that Lone Ranger, to be the Lone Ranger up front for the Stats team. Started out the season playing in the left midfield role, Reed, and since he's been asked to play the forward role, all his 5 goals have come. So it's been a good change. Been preferred in that role to Leon Brown, who is on the bench today. They're also without injured Namar Nelson, who usually plays in that attacking midfield role. That is actually a big loss for Philip Williams as well.
Well done, Dada. Well, go up, man. Come on, man.
Probably was the landing that affected him. Couldn't quite control that, Omar Leng. Good win there by Brown. Leng.
You know, that I tree. That I tree. Let's step with the ball.
Cusco takes a throw himself, looking for the return ball. Ellis lost it. Nice turn by Reed. Probably needs some help, but he's going down a blind alley at the moment, Reed. And then he lost it. Delaney White. Here's a chance for Dexter Manning. Manning plays it inside. Oh, this is a big chance to crack it. And he places it into the net. It was going in anyway. But what a shot that was. Took his time. And he did well to place it. And Omar Leng finds the score sheet again with his 6th goal this season. And Stats with the 1-0 lead.
Well, 6+1 for Omar Leng. And 7th of the season. I almost thought he took too long at first, but did place it well. Maybe lucky to get away with it in the end. Could have probably have hit it one time, Leng, but anyhow, placed it to the far corner, and it got the job done after just 18 minutes.
Took his time to pick his spot there.
Yep.
Very good goal.
You did say they had 17, now 18 so
goals.
Certainly potent up front, St. Andrew Technical this season.
Just the start that they needed.
Very much so.
The official records will show that St. Andrew Technical undefeated so far this season.
St. Catherine, how can they respond to this? A lot of the play has gone through Guscott, and here he is again going towards the penalty area, and he was robbed of the ball. That was some good defending, actually.
St. Catherine actually coming off of defeat against Kingston College, the group winners in the end, lost that game by 2-1.
Yeah, there's Leng with his 7th this season.
Yeah.
Quality player.
In fact, Dylan Richards, who was brought on the substitute, number 20 for St. Catherine, was a scorer of that goal against Kingston College in that loss. The only loss for St. Catherine this season. So it is a team that is hard to beat. They are resurgent as well, St. Catherine. They generally play better second halves than first half, so that is something that will go in their favour. A counter-attacking team I find in the first half, but Anthony Patrick likes to tweak things in the second half, does find a way to get more numbers going forward, so let's see as the game progresses.
For their sake, they would be hoping that they could pull off some luck in the second half. Here they are again.
Well, we're not even halfway yet in the first half, but
Joel Palmer sends it out wide once more as St. Catherine, they are urged to go forward by the coaching staff. Get the feeling that they're almost playing within themselves, and Anthony Patrick doesn't like it at all. I'm sure he'd want them to take the game to St. Andrew Technical, and they'd have to do so now based on the fact that they are behind. It's a throw-in that they have. And again, stats, they are used to defending in numbers as well, so it is going to be difficult for St. Catherine to breach their borders, and that's an easy take.
We'd have to say St. Andrew Technical.
We'll get back to that in just a moment, as Manning was trying to beat his defender.
Really? Over the last 3 seasons, St. Andrew Technical has probably had the most resolute of defenses.
Yeah, that's true.
They are very well-drilled defensive unit, St. Andrew Technical, and it's something that Philip Williams takes a lot of pride in. They're the kings of 1-0 results.
That would have took them to.
Omar Reed trying to lay into one, and it was charged down.
Their good defensive structure would have taken them to the 2017 finals. Also 2019, but not being able to lift that trophy.
I do remember in 2019 they lost via the penalty shootout. So, as again, did show that resolute defense. It's so funny, ironic this season that they haven't had any 1-0 results.
Because they are a young team.
Yeah, albeit that this is a brand new unit, but does take a lot of pride in his defense work, Philip Williams.
They are going to take the water break now officially, as both teams cool off in these conditions. In Catherine, they do have a lot of work to do. They haven't really shown the appetite to go forward in this one so far.
Neither of the teams have asserted themselves somewhat to get the better of each other, hoping to see some goals in this one.
Just 1 goal in this so far, Chris Taylor. And almost for a while I thought they actually lost the opportunity there.
Yeah, nice build-up, great burst of speed on the right-hand side. This is just where I thought Ling took a little long, but it worked out for him in the end. The goalkeeper was beaten.
Definitely.
Was Thompson. It was a nice ball put into the box, but look there, it just had so much time. The ball is coming to him so nicely, but again, it worked for him. Did beat Thompson, and the defensive work at the back post just wasn't good enough based on the pace of the shot. And he was actually running into the ball as well. So
no debate as to whether that was going in or missing?
Oh, no.
None. So it's his goal?
For sure.
Okay, alright. No debate this time, right?
There shouldn't have been a debate the last time.
You're right.
But anyhow, I will leave you with that.
But you continued, so it's fine. Same end too.
But certainly think that it's important from a stats perspective that Ling, as you can see, when he's in and around that 18-yard box, a lot of good things happen for stats. I find at times he gets caught too deep in their play, and so he's not able to help Reed enough or be as dangerous to the opposition.
Ball play inside, Manning. Nice first touch, was trying to beat his defender with the second, and it comes back to foul him. And it's going to be a free kick to St. Catherine. Keeper arriving late but arriving nonetheless, or reacting late but arriving in time. Brown, Andre Brown plays it inside, continues his run. Oh, that's a lovely touch, trying to get by his markers, and then probably just doing a little bit too much in advancing Richard Livingston. And now here's St. Catherine. Oh, that's a wonderful challenge, and the player's been brought back. And Alexavier Gooden's work.
Versatile player, Livingston, the number 3 for Stats. Can play in the left back role. He's actually, for many years, Stats were actually starved of left backs. There he is, Livingston. They never had very many left-sided players. It was a complaint of Philip Williams that he didn't think there were any in the island. No, he has abundance.
He does. And one of them playing in an attacking role. Who knew?
One is playing between the sticks as well, Donald. Jaheim Palmer is actually a left back, the man who is in the goal for them now.
Well, he's been left back in the goal apparently. Here's Livingston again. And Omar Reed was in a couple of minds, I think. And then in the end didn't make a proper connection.
It was actually Jaheim Williams who originally started the season in goal for St. Andrew Technical. He's on the bench, as you can see, and a lack of confidence, he lost his place, and Philip Williams said, well, I'm going to utilize Jaheim Palmer, who he said really good hand-eye coordination, not the tallest of individuals in the goal for Stats, but hand-eye and reads the game very well, but he's originally a left back.
Here's a chance, it's a big one. On the half volley, should have been on target. That's another big opportunity for Ellis Guscott, looking for his 3rd this season. And finally found himself more central. And he had the time, and I suppose that he would be disappointed that it went over the bar.
Had option to his left, could have used his teammate there.
Richards was in and around the area as well, yes. Dylan Richards coming off a goal in the last match, his only goal of the season.
That was a high boot, easy call there. Ball played through again, looking to find the captain Omar Reed. That was a poor ball along the left-hand side from Brown, which has been a little rare from him so far this afternoon.
He has been involved since the game started. Very integral to Stats lineup.
Brown. The ball did cross the line. It's going to be a throw-in to St. Catherine High. St. Catherine trying to launch an attack and easily handled there by the Stats defense.
Again, the gap too big between the St. Catherine attackers, something that they have struggled with, as we said, throughout the season, especially in the first half. Dylan Richards playing as the lone striker. They've used the likes of Davison as well.
Here's a ball played through. The captain couldn't quite control it there, you know. Omar Reed again in a couple of minds there. Well, St. Andrew Technical, they've had a couple of opportunities since the goal. Haven't been able to convert. There's the captain again breaking through, and then his mind was active. Here's a chance. Can he put it away? The flag goes up though. And luckily for Omar Reed.
Yeah, that was a poor finish by the skipper. Bailed out by the flag. Certainly he's got to do better than that. It's good practice to still finish those. So when it does count, it will count.
Or just in case it's overturned, right? Of course, we do not have VAR in schoolboy football. Ball crossed the line there. Another throw into St. Catherine. Or is it a free kick rather that's been taken? There was an infringement. Yep. Yeah. Hand on the shoulder, pulled back. St. Catherine lacking a little bit of potency in attack.
Yeah, and there is Parkinson, Jevin Parkinson. Missed out today, a bit of an asthma issue. But certainly when St. Catherine have him on the field, they certainly attack better in numbers. Does fit into those little pockets, and he really has a good connection with Joel Palmer, the number 15, the captain. Really good chemistry, and they certainly get more numbers up front, and that's when they really look at dangerous units in Catherine. But at the moment, the gap between the forward players and the midfield is just too much, and separate and apart from a real moment of individual.
Oh, they're open at the back, you know. The captain is on it, takes the shot, and straight to the keeper. Well, where was the St. Catherine defence on that occasion? Omar Reed had all the time in the world on that occasion, and well, at least he hit the target, but it was straight to the keeper. The other end now. Oh, that's lovely skill, and then a dangling leg coming in to stop that attack. Oh, nice touch inside from Livingston. Reed, or Leng rather. Manning. Getting confused by the Omars, Chris Taylor.
Yeah. Well, when they're attacking, it's certainly both of them, eh? Leng and Reed, 11 and 10. There's the opportunity. This time it was Reed with the left boot. Good strike, good pace behind it. Well held by one of the three captains of St. Catherine, Crucifixio Thompson. That was great skill by Livingston, who has played as a left back as well. Very intelligent player. Highly thought of by Coach Philip Williams, Livingston. This time he's playing in the midfield, but likes to get forward, and you can see from that skill as well, he's comfortable on the ball.
They have to do some defending now, Stats, and Catherine with a free kick. The wall set up. Dinked inside the area, and no problems there for Jaheim Palmer. Reed and Richard Livingston was nowhere to be found on that occasion as Reed tried to find him. Really warm conditions here, and the St. Catherine high players are really feeling it. It's a little bit strange because it really was cool last night, and then today it's like we're pretty much close to the core of the earth.
It was cold last night.
Well, cold is relative, Charlie.
Sure is.
Livingston trying to deliver, couldn't. Gets a foot in there. Now it's with Delaney White, and for some reason White decides to boot it high, and then it's lost to Rolando Redmond.
Most would say that cold is not a term that you should associate with Jamaica.
Not in the least.
Not in terms of weather.
Through. He's held his composure there. Oh, what an interception that is. Still now chance for Brown. Brown. White was trying to play that one inside the area. One assumes. Back to Brown. Finding Delaney White again. It's Nicolai Notice. Leng. Manning delivers. Clearance made. Leng. Leng! Emphatic! St. Andrew Technical, they are running away with it now. What a hit that was. Goal number 8 this season. And stats are 2-0 up.
Wonderful goal by Leng there. And as the temperature rises here at Stadium East, this contest is boiling over.
Great strike by Leng with the left foot. Good technique. I love that first touch, just to put the ball away from the defender, just to create that space. There was no recovery there for the men in blue. And a lovely strike with the instep by Leng, bringing up his 8th of the season. Marlene had 2 goals taken away from him because of the removal of Camperdown and Tivoli from the fixture. He scored in each of those, so it would have been 10 on the season, but now 8. Certainly hasn't lost any confidence in front of goal, and as I said, stats look a very dangerous unit when he gets close to that 18-yard box.
St. Catherine looking to get one back. Ball played inside at the back post, and it was always going to be difficult for him to control that one in a substitute. A rare touch from Dillion Richards inside the area, and I suspect in the back of his mind he saw the defender in front of him and probably never expected to reach him. But Leng, 2 goals in this match. He's now gone to 8 for the season, and really and truly he's provided some lovely finishes this season.
It was a nice build-up from Stats, playing out from in the midfield. Nice link-up plays, switch plays.
Dexter Manning a part of it as well, the number 7 on that right side of the midfield. And certainly Philip Williams, who would have felt quite lucky in terms of getting in. And it hasn't been a bad performance by St. Andrew Technical in really a tough group. They actually were, 4th with only 1 loss in the season. So it was a very competitive group.
It was a group of death, and it turned out to be quite lit. Well, yeah. But
Camperdown, Tivoli, Jonathan Grant, themselves very competitive. You can imagine you finishing 4th in a group like that and only 1 loss on the season. So
that one is well wide of the mark.
No, they find
was
themselves
adventurous on Dwayne Mitchell.
Now they find themselves in a quarter-final group with Manning Cup Giants, Jamaica College and Mona High in the mix to make things interesting.
They're not there to make up number, friends. It doesn't seem that way.
But as you mentioned, St. Andrew Technical are the only team in that group, apart from Jamaica College, who have a Manning Cup title. So much is still expected. You would have to think from their perspective that they'll be looking at this group and saying, well, we have the the school has the experience that these other teams don't. I was about to say them, but of course, as we mentioned, none of this team was around in 2019 when they did get to the final.
So they don't have the experience in that regard.
But Mona and St. Catherine new to this. As you said, St. Catherine haven't got to the quarterfinal round since 2017. Mona only really now looking to cause some trouble under the tutelage of Craig Butler. Many a year they struggled, Mona. St. Andrew Technical have been right there, but just unable to lift the trophy.
Guska trying to cut inside. Hasn't had a lot of success on this right hand side as he again tries to get by Andre Brown, and well, Brown has done really well today so far.
Mature player Brown, stats number 15. He shares a role with Livingston. At times Livingston is preferred, is used at left back instead of left midfield, but I think the versatility of Livingston has opened the way for Andre Brown to come in. Certainly a mature player.
Lost the ball inside, and oh, that effort is wide of the mark. Was that Richards again inside? It was Redmond.
Rolando Redmond.
Well, he was trying to get a proper connection, and he did actually get one, but it wasn't on target, and the keeper
would have been beaten.
Yep, he would have been.
If that was on target, there was no recovery for Jaheim Palmer. Comfortably wide in the end, but good attempt by Redmond. Does show what St. Catherine can do when they do get numbers forward. They do have the ability to be potent. We do remember that 26-0 drubbing of St. Mary's College. St. Mary's, of course, removed themselves from the competition after 2 rounds of matches, and so those goals went up in smoke for St. Catherine.
Ball again inside the penalty area, and there's a whistle on the play. There was a head injury there, and the St. Catherine player will now need some assistance from off the bench.
Well, I'm hoping it's not an injury and just a collision. There was a knock for sure. Let's hope that's where it remains.
So we're close to the halftime interval, and St. Andrew Technical, they're in control of this one, but still not too far away from St. Catherine. They've tried to be more involved, St. Catherine High, especially after the first goal, but in being more involved, I found that on a couple of occasions they were left vulnerable at the back.
Yeah, they were, and as they said, the pair of Omars create a lot of trouble when they're able to stay close together in and around that 18-yard area. Yes, Langer scored both goals, but Reed certainly a player that you have to keep your eye on as well from a St. Catherine perspective. I just think St. Catherine need to tweak their attacking play a little bit more. I think the solo play up front is not going to work for them, especially against this Stats defense that is well drilled. So I wouldn't be surprised if at some stage those changes are made. I think Parkinson, once he is well enough, will come on to the field eventually, and I'm interested to see who else can create some trouble. But certainly Joel Palmer needs to be able to play a lot higher than he is right now. He's playing in and around the half line and even below.
Joel Palmer and Elliott needs to get themselves into this game if St. Catherine are to see themselves coming away with any points here today.
Notice, lovely ball over on the right hand side, and it was Manning who's across there.
Stats have been able to stretch the St. Catherine defense, opening up them easily on some occasions, and that's where the goals have been coming from.
We do remember that St. Catherine are playing with a 3-4-3, but when playing that formation, it's a very difficult formation to manage. When you're playing that formation, the two outside midfielders of the 4 have to track really well, and I think that has been lacking so far from a St. Catherine perspective. Yeah, they have been caught out, so that is why it seems as if St. Andrew Technical, who are using the width, are having a lot more joy. The tracking just not really there for Anthony Patrick and his team. So he will have to make some form of change.
Here's another corner kick for St. Andrew Technical. Ball played inside and didn't get a proper connection on that one. Xavier Gooden. So the chance, Leng. White couldn't quite control.
This field at Stadium East also has its tricks to it as well. You have to observe the conditions, the wind factor and so on, and adjust your play accordingly. I think St. Andrew Technical have done a better job of that so far. If you notice, they're attacking mainly on the right-hand side through Manning.
Well, here's Watson now on this right-hand side. And same result. Couldn't get by Gooden. And
well, look at the difference, Donald and Javid. When Ellis and Palmer get higher up, those are the two players who are making things happen for St. Catherine. Number 15 and the number 10. Ellis will now take the kick. He was the one who was fouled.
They take it quickly. And Watson tried to get inside the header. Wasn't convincing. But they didn't put a lot of bodies inside the area, didn't they? And then the resulting effort is wide of the mark. They have been reduced to shots outside the area, and it's just not enough for St. Catherine at the moment.
No, a lack of imagination at this time. We need to see more. There is Anthony Patrick. He's not happy at all, but I can understand that. Richard's not giving enough runs or movement, neither Redmond.
Their off-the-ball movement have been not up to par, and it's not giving them options to get inside the box, being forced to take shots from outside the 18.
But even on that occasion, when Guscott did go down the right-hand side, look at where the St. Catherine players were positioned. Everybody was on the 18-yard line. It was almost like a line of scrimmage. There was no angles. There was nobody going to the back post.
It's taken quickly. The captain is on it, looking for a hat-trick, and then he just ran into a mob of players there. Or it was Leng who was on it, rather, trying to make his way forward and just ran into some traffic.
But he was looking for his hat-trick, you're right about that. Leng.
Just 2 minutes of stoppages to be played, and we're pretty much halfway there.
Also, I think if Stats can manage to perfect their crossing, finding their target in the box, they should be able to get some more goals into this encounter as well.
Right now, Stats defense holding firm. That should be a foul. Yep, the referee does call it back.
Good refereeing by Duar. Just allowing the play to continue, seeing if the advantage could have been utilized by St. Catherine.
Here's a chance for St. Catherine. Can they pull it? Oh, that's wonderful play. And the head at the back post. Still over the top. That was some intricate passing in and around the area.
But again, which two players?
Same two.
Ellis and Palmer. Ellis and Palmer. Good idea. That finish was not the best. Went for the looping header. I'm not sure that was the best option.
I thought Palmer would have went for the shot
initially.
Once
he took the touch, though, once he allowed the ball to bounce, it wasn't there for him anymore. He would have to have kicked it one time.
That's the end of the first half. And what a half it has been for St. Andrew Technical. A couple of goals from Omar Leng. He's gone up to 8 this season now, as well as his 4 assists. And Philip Williams' team in a position of strength after 45 minutes. And it's safe to say that St. Catherine High, they have a lot of work to do in order to make a mark in this game, as well as in the quarterfinal round of the Manning Cup. It's the first day of action here as far as the quarterfinal round stage is concerned. And after 45 minutes, it's St. Andrew Technical 2, St. Catherine High 0.
Welcome back to the stadium, East Field in Kingston, Jamaica. Quarter-final action in the Manning Cup. And it's St. Andrew Technical High School who leads St. Catherine High by 2-0 after 45 minutes. St. Catherine in the light blue, they would start off things, but it was all St. Andrew Technical coming forward, and a lovely opportunity there for Alex Xavier Gooden. Should have made it count, and almost played what we'd call dandy shandy with the ball, and it was an easy recovery for St. Catherine in the end. That was an early opportunity for Omar Ling, who should have done a lot better and hitting the target. Learned from his mistakes and then provided this after 18 minutes. Nice touch just to cushion the ball, and that certainly had Crucifixio Thompson beaten to the far post. And defenders trying to crowd him out and unable to do so. His 7th of the season, Omar Ling. And after 18 minutes, St. Andrew Technical with a deserved 1-0 advantage. They would continue to come forward. A lot of joy on the right-hand side. And yet another strike. This one from the captain, Omar Reed, from distance. It was well handled by Thompson. And then this. Look at that for a first touch. And then that for a second. Ling, 8 on the season, 2 for the match. 18th and 36th. And St. Andrew Technical doubling their lead. Fortuitous their move into the quarter-final round. Excellent their manner of finishing. The light blues, one of the, well, light blues in color, not nicknames. Getting forward. Again, it was Palmer and Ellis, unable to create things really for St. Catherine. And as we said, 45 minutes down, St. Andrew Technical, the 2019 finalists, leads St. Catherine by 2-0. 5 shots, 3 on target, and really a good conversion rate for St. Andrew Technical. 6 shots from St. Catherine, none on target. 9 fouls between the two, and Stefan Duar has kept all cards in the pocket so far. Just the 1 save for Crucifixio Thompson between the 6, but he's conceded 2, and 57% possession for St. Andrew Technical. They have all the goals after 45 minutes. They lead by 2-0. I'm sure the fans have a lot to say. Let's hear what they have to say from Christine and Gerard.
Yes, thank you, Chris. Of course, you know, we have the first half done and dusted, Christine.
That's right, and what a delightful first half it was. Stats, they really took possession of the ball and they managed to get more shots.
Yeah, of course, you know, St. Catherine have a lot of work to do. Defense have been tested, but of course that's just being resilient and coming up with 2 goals so far. 2-0 is the score.
That's right, and our fans have been buzzing online. Chrissy Gale actually made a prediction, 2-1, St. Catherine being in the lead, so who knows what might happen in the second half.
Yeah.
And then another fan said Catherine defense lock. So I'm seeing the St. Catherine fans out in their numbers, so let us see if they will be disappointed or not.
Yeah, and I see Wheat Getter says that St. Catherine centre back is steady, but of course 2 goals slipped through that defence, so we don't. And I wonder, Christine, if you notice how fast the number 11 for stats is.
Right.
Somebody actually made a comment, the stud made a comment and said that brother didn't need to do tracks. Meaning he should be in track and field. So I wonder if he's thinking about another career path if this doesn't work out.
Who knows? You heard it here first.
Yeah, so maybe in the future we will see him as a track coach. Actually, quite a number of people made comments about him being so fast, and that speed actually he made use of that speed.
That's right.
Yeah, so you have any more comments for us?
Well, another fan said, go St. Catherine. So really, St. Catherine's fans, they are out this afternoon. So let us see, where are the Stats fans?
Yeah, we didn't see much of them in the comment section, but they were all, we saw a lot of Lane fans, the Omar Lane, who is the number 11 that we were just talking about.
Right.
A lot of his fans are in the YouTube comment section, but we want to see more Stats fans. Past students, any supporters, whatever, just let us know where you are. But I know right now that you're waiting to see the second half starting back, right, Christine? You're waiting to?
I'm eager.
Yes, people. So don't go anywhere. We'll take a break, and when we come back, you'll be hearing from our commentary team.
action to look forward to on the home of champions on Saturday. Spurs against Nuggets, 8:30 p.m., 9:30 ECT. That's on SportsMax. And then the New York Knicks will be away to the champions Milwaukee Bucks on Sunday afternoon, midday, 1 p.m. ECT, also on SportsMax. On Monday night, Celtics against the Bucks, 7:30 p.m., 8:30 p.m. ECT. And on Tuesday night at 7:30, 8:30 ECT, the Knicks against the Warriors. You don't want to miss that. And Tuesday, 10 p.m., 11 p.m. ECT, the Trailblazers will face off with the Suns. And that was in order there. Just to remind you of the scoreline at the Stadium East Field. It is 2-0 in favor of St. Andrew Technical over St. Catherine High. Just a reminder that if you haven't downloaded the SportsMax app, to do so today. Never miss an ISSASBF moment. Download the SportsMax app for all the action on SportsMax Plus for free. And we're just about ready for the second stanza here. St. Andrew Technical will be kicking off. They'll be kicking towards the Caribbean Sea, and St. Catherine High will be kicking towards the Blue Mountain Range. And St. Catherine, they're ready to get back into this one. Stats able to clear. Safe to say that St. Catherine need to show a little bit more ambition in the second half. Well, that was a little bit over the top. It's a free kick to St. Andrew Technical. There was a collision there. I'm not sure if it was a head collision. No, it wasn't a head collision, but he did get a knock. Or it was a head collision actually. The stats player getting some attention now, although they're rubbing ice on his leg, so not sure entirely what that's about. Livingston is fine, by the way, it seems.
Of course, quarter-final round. St. Andrew Technical finishing Group B in second position with 11 points. 3 wins from 5 matches, no losses, 2 draws, 17 goals for and 6 against. They finished second to Excelsior.
Here starts on the charge. It's with Manning. Gets a corner kick. For a second there, I thought he was going to be taking that first time, Dexter Manning, as he's looking for his second goal this season. Decided against it, and in the end earned his team a corner kick.
Only finished second due to goal difference. Same points as Excelsior, who finished with 11, but Excelsior with a 12 goal difference. 12 goal difference, and Stats with an 11.
Here's a corner kick. The delivery not a bad one at all. Here's a shot over the top. From that distance he should have hit the target, and I think he knows it.
That was a big opportunity missed there. They like this field. Their biggest win this season was also here at Stadium East when they bagged 6 goals against the Noon. So they would fancy their chances here again.
I can tell Javid that you actually shorted them 1 goal. It was actually 7-0 officially, their victory over Dunoon. Actually, there's been some conspiracy about that. It was actually misrecorded by the statisticians, but officially it's 7-0 that Stats defeated Dunoon.
Imagine if they had to do a 26-goal game. Ball over the top. Almost got their own nice control, but couldn't make something out of it. Omar Leng
says his favorite Clarice.
Ball over the top again, looking for length. The flag is up though.
And so is a shot.
He has been a menace so far this afternoon. Yeah, Amari Leng says his favorite player is Messi and he hopes to play at Manchester City in the future. He wants to be a professional footballer. If he continues to play like this, it could be very much possible.
St. Catherine moving forward. Was going through the weeds here. What a run it turned out to be. But probably held on to it a little bit too long. Going by several players in the process. Now stats say go the other way, banging again. 2 to aim for. Oh, it's not clear properly. And Len was trying to control that one and couldn't. Now Ellis goes long. The bouncing ball could be awkward. It wasn't for Nicoy Gale. The flag was up anyway. Offside.
Second assistant Mills on the far side. Experienced official Omar Mills.
Leng plays it out wide. Ball delivered inside. Reed. Richards. Coming across to help. The Johnny Matthews. As we take a look at the run there. Really wonderfully done. And then just ran out of real estate on that occasion.
Should have picked a spot.
And then Livingston again with that skillful move on the left hand side of the midfield for St. Andrew Technical. Great run by Ellis, but they want a finished product at the end of it all.
Ball lofted inside the area.
What was his plan of action? Where was he going? You could see his head down in the turf. So I also wondering what he was going to do with the ball. Never looked like he was setting up for a shot. Didn't look for a pass.
They've given up the ball cheaply here. Ball switched across to the other side and again some good defending from Stats. Good Scott. Chance here still, and it's chipped at the back post and the keeper was alert and plucked that out.
Can't be very long before we see the likes of Parkinson and number 7 for St. Catherine. I really think that he's important in terms of getting things to happen for this team in light blue.
Well, the keeper was off his line. Seems to be struggling. And now he's going to get some attention.
Yeah, he definitely needs some attention.
Feels if it's a leg injury.
Well defended by St. Andrew Technical. It is all about teamwork at the end of the day and communication at the back. So certainly Jaheim Palmer struggling. Number 40 started the season playing at left back, Jaheim Palmer, but it's a position that they have a lot of options, St. Andrew Technical, and Coach Philip Williams thought that between the sticks he certainly had the skills needed after original goalkeeper Jaheim Williams struggled in terms of form and confidence. There's a man that I think can make a difference for the St. Catherine team finally on the field. I think that's a good move by Coach Anthony Patrick. Young Parkinson, Jevin Parkinson, hasn't scored so far this season, but his link-up play with Palmer, Guscott and the likes of Ellis, very good. And I think he a lot of times is that missing piece in the jigsaw for St. Catherine. Sometimes you wonder though, why wait until the second half to really make a difference?
They may have to make a change, you know. St. Andrew Technical, Jaheim Palmer is down, and
And just Jaheim Williams, who was the original keeper, as we've mentioned at the start of the season.
Two goals so far in this one so far, and this one put away neatly. He was waiting for a bit, and the opportunity wasn't lost. Omar Leng on the score sheet, and then the second one was it was a blockbuster actually. Chris Taylor, and 2-0 to St Andrew Technical over St Catherine High, and St Catherine trying their very best to get back into the proceedings.
First match of the quarter-final round. 2 zones of 4, top 2 in each zone to go through to a semi-final playoff, and then of course the winners will play in a final. And this group is completed by Jamaica College and Mona High, who will see in the second match of the afternoon. So 4 teams, top 2 will go through. You play each other once.
Jaime Palmer appears to be okay. Corner kick for St Catherine High. Here's a chance that's charged down. Livingston looking for the 1-2, didn't get it back. St Catherine trying to recycle the ball there. Livingston does enough, gets the corner kick for his team, immediately involved. Or Parkinson rather, Jevin Parkinson. Here's the ball inside. Trying to beat his marker on that occasion. Nathal Ellis was unsuccessful. Now it goes the other way. Omar Leng on it. Or Reed rather heading inside, and Manning is over the top. That was wonderfully done over on the left hand side, and Manning with a clear cut opportunity to go 3 ahead, and he headed it over.
Should have been clinical there. That was a fantastic cross. Landed very much onto his forehead, just couldn't direct it that one goalwards.
Yeah, I think Manning got too far underneath the ball, so it forced him to have to angle his head in an upward way, so the ball was always going to go over. I don't think he was standing in the right position, so didn't position himself well, set himself early, and I think that was part of the problem, so found himself underneath it, wanted to be slightly behind it so that he could meet the ball with the head, and had a lot of time to do that, and definitely should have done better. A great work by Reed. I mean, that's probably the best cross we've seen of the day.
As we talked about in the first half, Stats managing to get those crosses inside.
And you mentioned the quality and the need, if they were a little bit better, what that could have created. Well, there is an example of that. He was all alone, Reed, the captain, and really to produce something like that is magical.
He had one defender to his left, but he was well beaten as well by the cross.
3 goals would certainly have, I think, killed it off for St. Catherine in terms of a comeback, but 2 goals are always very dangerous.
Shouldn't just call it yet if that goal was scored, because we have seen some comebacks since the start of the season. Camperdown and Excelsior.
Although that was 3-1.
That was 3-1, but ended up 3-3.
3-0, and the ascendance in terms of possession and so on, certainly. St. Catherine's attitude to the game as well. St. Catherine, sorry, I should say, not necessarily being the most positive.
Free kick to St. Catherine High. Locked inside the area. Handled by Stats. Reed was trying to beat his marker and couldn't. St. Catherine High now attacking in numbers, you know. And he was closed down quickly before he could let fly there, Ellis Guscott. St. Catherine Still trying to make a mark in the attacking third. And Omar Reed inside to Leng. Back to Reed, almost back to Reed.
Reed seems as if he's on 2 engines or 3. He has been running all afternoon, getting past his defenders.
Originally a left midfielder, Reed very left-sided. There he is, the captain, but has been a real versatile player for his coach Philip Williams. He's playing in the centre forward role. All his 5 goals have come since that transition to the forward role, and has certainly been a good partner for Leng.
Very good link-up play between Leng and Reed indeed.
And then this man who's going to kick the corner, Manning, very good from the wide area as well.
Here's the corner kick, and headed away. He was under pressure, did well to clear his area. Still a throw into St Andrew Technical.
St. Catherine defending in numbers here. They need to.
Yeah, he's down again, the keeper Jaheim Palmer, and I think a change would have to be made soon.
Might just see a feature from Williams in goal. A bit of history for St. Catherine. They have changed location 3 times. They were first located at Whitechurch Street, then they moved to Brunswick Avenue, and now they are hoping to take the Manning Cup title to St. John's Road, where they are currently located.
Of course, it's the alma mater of the Prime Minister of Jamaica.
And his wife as well. I'm sure they're somewhere watching this match.
I wonder where it was located when he was there. Which one of the 3?
I think it was St. John's Road. I think they moved to St. John's Road in 1961.
Oh, well,
if I'm not mistaken.
He would have been there then for sure.
Yeah, you'd think, right?
Also the likes of Chronics and Spice.
Wouldn't be too happy with the scoreline though. Yeah, that's a high boot. Although I don't think the boot actually made connection with the head. I think it was more the ball than anything else, but it was still a bit of dangerous play.
Lucky to not being shown a yellow card for that.
And I think that's exactly what Nicolai Notice was trying to accomplish, to get Gus Scott booked. When he realized there was no yellow card, he was up in a flash with a smile on his face.
He was. It was mostly ball. In fact, it was a good block, you'd say. Yeah. Free kick set long. Oh, stolen from him. Ball played inside, and still an opportunity for St Andrew Technical as they try to recycle it. Picked up by Matthews. Reed. And the play is called back. There is going to be a free kick to St Andrew Technical in a dangerous spot.
St. Catherine, when they're defending, they look very timid. Not much confidence being shown here, and I think that's where they are lacking in the game, in defense and also when they're attacking.
Well, not very big in body either, the St. Catherine players, quite small in stature. But as we mentioned, that 4 within playing a 3-4-3, that 2 outside midfielders in the 4 need to recover and give help to the 3 centre backs, and that I think is the rotation of play is where they've been caught out quite a bit. The defending has been better in the second half. I don't think they have had as much joy from the wide areas, St Andrew Technical, even though they are looking to get down in the wide areas. A lot of blocked efforts apart from that really good cross we saw from Reed. But yeah, this one could be a really good opportunity.
2 players behind this for St. Andrew Technical.
White.
Delaney White steps up and it's wide of the mark.
There's going to be more notice.
Glad he took notice of that one, Chris. Goal kick in the end. Yeah, White stepping up and had some curl on it, but it was moving away from the target. Redmond couldn't keep it in play.
Redmond and Richards have been disappointing for St. Catherine so far. Not the greatest of touches, not the most enterprising of runs. Need those two to give more help to the likes of Palm and Ellis and the substitute Parkinson. Not to mention this man, Guscott.
Guscott, this is his 4th season. He is experienced to say the least. He is one of St. Catherine's most important players coming into this quarterfinal matchup here.
And he's their leading goal scorer with 2 goals.
2 goals and 2 assists.
Hard to believe that their leading goal scorer only has 2. 7 alone on the season for St. Catherine, so it's not been a lot of joy in front of goal apart from that match was ruled null and void against St. Mary's College. Since then, goal scoring has not been easy. And we somewhat see why. A lot of times attacking play alone.
Leg striding forward. Playing it out wide. Just 2 to aim for inside the area.
And most of the time, too big a gap between the strikers and the midfielders for St. Catherine. And it's not as if the strikers have a lot of individual ability. They don't have, yes, they do have a bit of pace, but they don't know how to use it and don't necessarily do very well with one-on-one situations.
St. Andrew Technical with the majority of the possession. Catherine, though, trying to make more of a mark in the game. It has been difficult against the St. Andrew Technical defense. Stubborn so far. The keeper was off his line, not sure where he was going.
The members of Stats are much bigger in stature than St. Catherine players. They're finding it very difficult to get beyond them to make some use of themselves.
Johnny Matthews is down inside the area for Stats. And the players will take another official water break here, with St. Andrew Technical comfortably in front by 2-0.
Matthews, Livingston and Gale has been very good in defense for St. Andrew Technical High School this afternoon.
Dexter, Leg, Nitas, Party, Dylan, 5 are in. They can't throw back at the midfield, man. The man pass out at the back and pass in at the midfield like where we should have do that. But the forward, they were to cover the ball in the 2 side. But it attacking midfield, they pick up the defensive mid.
The SportsMax app moment of the match. This moment is brought to you by the SportsMax app. The SportsMax app has 19 channels, which includes English Premier League, NBA, UCL, as well as schoolboy football, horse racing, and so much more. And what a hit that was from Omar Leng, second of the game, the 8th this season, giving St Andrew Technical a 2-0 lead in this contest. That's the score here at the water break in the second half. Just about midway through the second half. Johnny Matthews is okay now. Not sure if the goalkeeper Jaheem Palmer has fully recovered from the knock earlier in this half, but he's determined not to get off the park, it seems. There he is. Doesn't look 100% comfortable, but he obviously wants to be involved.
Maybe his coach has a lot of confidence in him being out there.
"20 minutes, St. Catherine High, they have to reply. Can they get back into this encounter? Redmond on it. Joel Palmer. Nicely done by Parkinson. Ellis. Nathel Ellis. They're going to need a little bit more imagination to get by the Stats defense at Catherine High.
Hey, come inside, Bassi. See you, no stop. See you,
Reed.
Back force, back force, back force. Go.
Reed gets it back. Plays it across the area. There's no one attacking it, you know. Leng on a hat trick. Head to the byline. Sends it back to the edge of the box. And here's a shot that's easily handled by goalkeeper Thompson. Trying to find an outlet quickly, but it was from one keeper to the next. Matthews. Leng. Leng cutting inside. Stats still with the possession. Needs a good delivery. Overcooked on that occasion. Oh, Reed did well to win that one back. Nicely done. 2 to aim for. Livingston. Stats trying their best to kill this off as a contest, but they haven't taken the opportunity, not yet anyway. They come forward once more, and the challenge coming in, and St. Catherine High will come away, only for a short time, and then Stats returning the favour. St. Andrew Technical making another change. Dimitri Williams is coming on. Replacing Ajani Matthews.
Come on, Dada, let's play on that. Who want the ball? Who want the ball? Who want the ball? QQ, back foot. Hey, we are mark up. C3 and map.
Here's Stats again. Williams, who's just come on, trying to get that one inside the area. The ball did cross the line. It's going to be a goal kick. St. Catherine themselves will be making a double substitution shortly. Here's a chance here for St. Andrew Technical. Making his way inside the box. Can he make it 3? Decides to put it back. It's a chance that's put away by the captain, Omar Reed. That's his 6th goal this season. Wonderfully set up by Leng. And it's the two Omars who will link up on that play. And with that, Stats, they have the 3-0 advantage.
Again, it was another partnership between Reed there and Leng, putting that third one away. It's starting to become an emphatic victory here for St. Andrew Technical High School. And they're well on their way in collecting 3 points here. Look at that smile. Looking towards his bench and he's saying, "Coach, I did it."
Not sure if these changes are happening a little bit too late for this one. Jamaria Hilton and Joshua Seavright coming on. Dylan Richards, who had come on as a substitute, has been replaced as well.
Love the ball.
Here's Stats once more, progressing and seen all the way by Thompson. And the nibble there was Livingston as he tried to get that one. St. Catherine. And another challenge that sees St. Andrew Technical winning the free kick. Trying to play the ball through the middle there. Omar Leng was unsuccessful. That wasn't the best clearance, you know, it's a chance for Seavright. Parkinson sends it out wide. St. Catherine, can they pull a goal back? Oh, that's some good defending there. 2 players were inside the box for St. Catherine High looking to convert. And again, the Stats defenders doing enough.
St. Andrew Technical are starting to, well, they have been managing this game pretty well.
And they have another opportunity here to make it 4. Can he make it 4?
It's a runaway train.
He can. And that was a really good finish. And it's Leng again, who was through on goal to get his 3rd of the game. And that was just wonderfully done by Stats. Sealing his hat-trick there and with a wonderful finish after being through on goal. Was held back for just a bit and he just had the composure to put it past Thompson. And what a game he's had. A game to not forget.
7-8-9. for Omar Leng, and great strength with that finish. Javid certainly, just as how he shrugged off the opponents there, coming from that midfield role, the defenders, and didn't look to go down, looked to make the most of the effort, and the composure in the end just to slide it past the goalkeeper was great maturity from the St. Andrew Technical number 10, and they have been, this scoreline is not only flattering, but it certainly they have shown their superiority in this contest. St. Catherine really haven't put a lot together moving forward. You can certainly see within the squad that they lack quality attacking players, quality centre forward options, and the players that have been brought on not really adding any impetus apart from Parkinson, who is really a midfielder in his own right. So it's been a struggle against a solid, resolute defence line of St. Andrew Technical.
Ball sent long for St. Catherine. Not a lot he could have done with that one.
And again, it was a link-up play between Reed and Leng. What a partnership they have. It's flourishing here for St. Andrew Technical High School. Very calm and composed finish there from Leng. Just putting it past the goalkeeper very, very comfortably. We can almost say that this one is done and dusted for St. Andrew Technical High School. St. Catherine have a lot of work to do.
That's why also Leng and Reed are certainly the two players to watch as well from a St. Andrew Technical perspective. That partnership really bearing a lot of fruit. Reed the captain, now 6 on the season and 9 for Leng. 15 between the two of the what?
Ball delivered inside and again put behind for a corner kick.
The 22 goals that they have scored so far this season, so really great partnership. And at 4-0 down, certainly St. Catherine, it's all about damage control. Goal difference could play a major part going into the remaining games. 2 matches to come, but this certainly a big result for St. Andrew Technical.
Gentles comes on for Redman. The other change being made by Anthony Patrick.
As I mentioned, Donald, both teams coming into this encounter had a lot to prove, a big statement needed to have been made, important 3 points. But I think from St. Andrew Technical, they had a lot to say, just based on the fact that they felt they were overlooked for a lot of this season.
This one is fired over the top.
Especially because they didn't have any of the remaining members of that 2019, 2018, 2017 squads. And they don't think they were looked at as real title contenders, or even a team that could really go deep into the tournament. And so this result and the determination from them certainly will be getting the eyes of all the opponents around.
A lot of credit has to be given to Coach Williams for putting this team together.
Hilton on the ball. 3 to aim for, couldn't get by the first man.
As stated before, they won it back in 1987. They've been to the finals 2017, 2019, and also they've been to the semi-finals in 2018. So they know how to get to the semi-finals and finals, but can they make this year count, taking the title for a second time?
Omari Liang is getting ready to come on for St. Andrew Technical, as the day for Omar Reed is now complete. Parkinson looking to make some space for himself and then got into some trouble. Andre Brown now. Took his time to get out of the outside trap. Strong challenge coming in from Swain Blake, or rather Nicolloid Notice, I should say. Poor ball in the middle of the park.
This is Stats' first televised game of the season, and oh boy, have they given us something to watch.
Not here to make up number in the quarterfinal round. Looking to make much of an impact. He has made an impact this afternoon. The captain off to get some rest as his team continues the defending here, looking to keep a clean sheet, but they can't. St. Catherine, they pulled the goal back. And was it Gentles who has just come on, who has put the ball over the line? And St. Catherine, but it may just be a consolation for them. Well, that was a good finish. That was a really good finish from Dwight Gentles. And it's the 14-year-old who has pulled one back for St. Catherine High.
Firmly struck by the 14-year-old. Very, very good goal.
Stats will be disappointed that they haven't kept the clean sheet here.
And even so, a consolation goal, it's a vital goal to St. Catherine, because it might come in hand later in this quarterfinal grouping.
Goes the other way, trying to get on the end of that one, Omari Leng. Leon Brown is about to make his entrance for St. Andrew Technical. Richard Livingston, who's also had a really good game so far.
Very tidy shift.
Makes his way off the field.
Defensively good, and he did provide some support when they attacked.
St. Catherine, and they find a second goal here. Dexter Manning on the ball. Brown lost it. we don't really need a discussion to speak about the man of the match, right? I mean, he has scored a hat-trick, hasn't he? Hearing from the sidelines that 4 minutes of time will be added for stoppages. Unless Chris Taylor, as usual, will want to make another point. If he doesn't agree that Omar Leng, having scored a hat-trick, should get the player of the game, as St. Catherine looking for a second. Oh, that's a lovely turn inside, but then just lost the handle on it, Mikhail Ellis. Oh, no, it was Gentles actually again.
Yeah, Gentles again. His energy has been welcomed really by this St. Catherine unit. His touches and movement have certainly been positive, Gentles. But a little bit too late for St. Catherine. And no, I don't have a rebuttal versus.
Was waiting on that actually. Okay, fine. Just a confirmation there that 4 minutes of stoppages will be played.
A hat-trick, and might very well have had an assist as well for the one goal that the captain scored. So 3 goals and an assist are to beat that.
Ball punted long, and there's a whistle on the play. There was some pushing inside the box, and the call goes in favor of the St. Andrew Technical defense. Just to confirm that Andre Brown has gone into the referee's book. He's put in a shift as well, Andre Brown, over in that left back position.
And not always a starter in the team, Andre Brown, but certainly I agree. It's been a real team performance by St. Andrew Technical. As I said, coming in to this encounter with a point to make, they certainly have made a big statement by their performance. They have been organised, they have been well coached, they have been fit throughout. It's been a real team effort.
They're trying to get another one. And St. Catherine managing to clear their lines. Oh, that's a nice control from Gentles, and a ball over the top that had to be handled well. And Jaheem Palmer gathers that one, yep.
Are we seeing something here from Gentles as well to suggest that maybe he's making a big statement that he should be that person who is playing in that role up front?
Manning trying to play through the lines there, but Omari Leng wasn't on the same page with him.
There hardly is any player on St. Andrew Technical High School's team who we can say have gone unnoticed. They've all put in a fair good shift. Manning, Leng, both Lengs, Reed, Livingston, Gooden, and the list goes on. Has been a comprehensive performance really, and in so doing an emphatic victory here. It's almost dusted and done.
Wanted to spot the run through the middle, and he finds a really good ball inside, and challenge coming in crucial.
That was a very good run by Leon Brown, but well defended by St. Catherine.
Ball boy! Ball!
2 goals to his name so far for Leon Brown, the number 9 for St. Andrew Technical. Hasn't really had a lot of time on the pitch to really impact the game.
Hey, on the south part! On the south part! Hey, we have to have back post, Anthony, back post! Here, we. 8 is 8. 8 is 8.
So they're just seeing out the play here, St. Andrew Technical, and that's it. It was a comprehensive win. Scoreline wasn't flattering at all for St. Andrew Technical, who needed the help of the boardroom to get here. But now that they are here, well, they're hoping to make a strong claim for the title, which would be their second. St. Catherine High, they have a lot to learn. They were really played off the park this afternoon by a St. Andrew Technical team, hoping to make a mark, a big impact in this quarterfinal group. Led by a hat-trick from the inspirational Omar Leng. St. Andrew Technical, well, they've gotten the 3 points that they so desired. At the end of 90 minutes, it's St. Andrew Technical 4, St. Catherine High 1.
It was St. Catherine in the light blue to start off proceedings, but it was all the team in maroon and gold. St. Andrew Technical on the front foot from the get-go, and Omar Leng, after 18 minutes, just a very relaxed approach to this one, placed it well to the far corner. Crucial fixture Thompson beaten at the far post, and that is 7th of the season. And there was a lot more coming for the Stats number 10. 18 minutes, Stats up 1-0. A lovely shot from distance from the captain, Omar Reed. Talented left foot as well. And then 18 minutes after the first, that happened. A double for Omar Leng. Lovely shot with the left boot into the near corner, the high near corner. That first touch was excellent, just to provide him with the space necessary for the execution. Thompson, no chance between the sticks. 2-0 after 36. St. Catherine would come forward on the other occasion, and that was an opportunity for Redmond, that was put wide. Then Ellis and Palmer linking up. They were certainly the two within the middle of the park who were looking to make things happen for the St. Catherine team, but it just really wasn't to be their afternoon. St. Andrew Technical continued to press in that second half, and then St. Catherine with a moment that they should have done better. Out of position was Jaheim Palmer in the goal, and slightly injured as well. He would continue. Look at that cross. Should have really have done better. This time on the receiving end, Dexter Manning, after providing some beautiful deliveries before that. And look at that pass. An assist for Omar Leng. The Leng-Reed show. Reed with his 6th of the season, the Stats captain, wearing the number 11. Talented left foot as well as Leng, and receiving the pass beautifully to place with the left foot. And that was 3-0, and certainly putting distance between themselves and the opponent. Then for the hat-trick, Omar Leng, great strength. Defenders looking to pull him down. He had the speed, he had the strength, and he had the composure. Omar Leng, his 3rd of the game, the 4th for Stats. And at this point, it was just a matter of how many they were going to score and how respectable St. Catherine would make it. Well, they would try hard, and they would have a consolation goal. The substitute coming on to slot into the goal with the left foot. Dwight Gentles with the finish, the number 18. Certainly was a live wire when coming on, Gentles, and has made a big statement going into the next game for a starting place. That the only goal St. Catherine would get. 4-1 to St. Andrew Technical. Emphatic victory after 90 minutes. That's all she wrote. After 90 minutes, Stats They worked up 11 shots, 5 on target, and 4 goals from those 5 on target. Just 1 on target from 11 for St. Catherine. They really need to do better. 14 fouls, 8 stats. You know, the more guilty of the two teams. 4 offsides, 7 corners to them, to St. Catherine's 4. And they enjoyed majority of the possession and definitely majority of the goals. 3 points for St. Andrew Technical. It's a big statement going into the quarter-final round. After 90 minutes, St. Andrew Technical 4, St. Catherine High 1. Let's hear from our Digicel man of the match, hat-trick hero, Omar Ling.
Omar, a hat-trick for you today. How happy are you with your performance?
Feel happy, yes. We do it for my team and my coaching staff.
Yeah, so I see that you have a very strong left foot in you, pretty much a replica of your favorite player, Messi. Would you say that he's the inspiration behind you training so hard on your left foot?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? So now that you have your first 3 points, what is going to be the next step from here for you?
Another 3 points.
Yeah, so you're ready for the next game?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was Omar Lane there. We're going to have a chat with the assistant coach for St. Catherine High. Coach, not a start you would have wanted to the quarter-final round. What do you need to do to improve in this game?
Well, we just need to come out and train much better, and then we got the instruction that is given in the game.
Yeah, so although you've gotten the loss today, what are some of the positives that came out?
That the youngster get himself a goal today. He's just 14, so he come on and he played to the instruction that was given and he scored a goal. So the senior man them just need to take a leaf out of the youngster's book, because the senior man them messed up for us today.
What do you think went wrong for you today?
A lot of things went wrong for us. Was it passing the ball around? Was it listening to the instruction that was given? So it was a number of things which we're going to address.
Yeah, you have a player that you had to change in the first half because he was feeling a little sick of asthma. How is he doing right now?
He's doing much better, you know. He's doing much better.
Yeah, all right. So thank you, coach, and all the best next game.
All right, thanks. Yeah.
So let's have a chat with Coach Williams now from Stats. Coach, dream start for you, 4-1. How happy are you today?
We're very happy. I mean, we know the importance of getting the first win in this stage of the competition, and I'm happy that the guys put in a complete game today, and we are very happy for the 3 points.
Did things go exactly according to plan?
Not quite. In terms of we saw some areas that Catherine could have really hurt us, and those are areas that we're going to be looking into for our next couple of training sessions leading to the other game. But apart from that, the guys really did well today. Yeah,
Omar Lane, a player that you would have really told us to look out for. He had a great game. What do you think about him especially?
He's our X factor definitely, and he knows it. And every game he lives up to our expectation. I think that is his 10th goal or 11th goal for the season, and that's very good in terms of the short season and the amount of match that he has played to get to that amount of goals.
All right, Coach, well, how big is this victory now towards moving back to the final?
It's a very big step. We know that it can only get harder with JC to come and Mona, and definitely this 3 points will definitely give us a boost going into those 2 games.
All right, Coach, well, thank you.
Yeah, man, thanks much.
Great win today.
So, the final score, 4-1 in favour of St. Andrew Technical over St. Catherine High. And what a start it's been for St. Andrew Technical in this one. The first game of the doubleheader as the quarter-final round of the Manning Cup continues. Stay with us.